Yeah, been doing this for 2 years, don't tell me I'm impatient. Compare me to Ross and I'm LeBron of my generation. I'm only second to the MJ of my town. Purple rain weather, I'm the prince of the crown. And to the
Yo, what's good? You already know it's me, your boy Bakerboy, the greatest photographer that you know.
And you already know who I am, man. The greatest rapper under 30 years old, your boy Young Cicero, man. How's everybody doing?
What's good, man? We back with another M&O hot topic, and your boy President Trump is back in the news like always.
As always, every week with something different, something new, something crazy. He can't just never stay out the news and do his job, it seems like.
So he's supposed to be cutting funding for schools that refuse
to reopen.
Coming
this fall.
So, in other words, he's going to force people to not be online.
Right.
Which I am very excited about getting back to normal. Is it safe? I don't think it's safe, me being a teacher.
Right.
But I think Trump's main goal is that he wants everybody to feel comfortable enough to go out and vote.
Right.
So therefore, he wants to make everything seem normal.
Everything seem normal. That's fair.
And to me, I think that's a big problem. What you think?
I don't think he can make people feel normal anymore at this point. I think because right now with what's going on, even though
I'm talking about to COVID.
Right. Yeah, to COVID. I think right now with everything that's going on in the world, with this whole COVID thing that's been going on since March, and in other parts of the country has been going on since November of last year, I don't think he has the power to calm people down anymore. I think he had that when he the last time that I think he had that power was when he was handing out stimulus checks and everyone was home relaxed. Kind of just being like, because a couple months ago, everybody was home. They was getting their stimulus checks and they were kind of just like, all right, this is going to go on maybe another month or two and we'll go back to normal. But it's been getting worse since then. They haven't got a second stimulus check. Not saying that they were ever supposed to, but, keeping people in their homes and giving them $1,200 for free was kind of like a don't worry, this is going to be okay. I think that's when he had the power. Ever since then, it's kind of just been a snowball of him losing his power because he hasn't been handling this well. He hasn't been. The numbers just keep rising. We're the only country in the world that's really spiraling out of control like this. Every other country's kind of seem to, not saying that they're COVID free, but they got everything under control. Numbers are not going up as fast. People are getting healthier much quicker. They're not getting infected as fast. You heard, I don't know if you heard, I'm pretty sure you did, Miami's like the epicenter of the world right now. We've got like the most infections.
We're third. We're actually third.
Right, and Florida's just going crazy right now with, you know what I mean? And Texas is the same way, California, et cetera, et cetera. Like what was going on in Wuhan and in China back in November, December, and January is kind of happening here right now. We're just, people react differently here than they do over there. So I don't think he really has the power to kind of calm people down. And then that leads the question to, is it okay to open schools up? I don't think it's okay to open schools up. It's different because there's more than one student to look at it. There's more than one student perspective to look at it from. You can look at it from the high school and college student. High school kids are almost adults. A lot of them are already grown enough to understand what's going on. And college people are adults already. So for them, they're going to think about it differently, right? But a kid doesn't know any better. You got kids in elementary and middle school. They don't know any better.
Bro, I was in Subway yesterday, and I was getting this up, and the little kid had her fingers all in her nose.
Damn.
All in her mouth.
Kid don't know better, you know what I
mean?
All
over the table.
Yeah.
Hands underneath the table.
Right.
Then she went and opened the thing with the juice, the sodas.
With the sodas and stuff,
like, oh, no.
Damn.
She's touching the sodas and mom ain't saying nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Because a high school kid, you send a high school kid to school and a college kid goes to class. They are grown and mature enough to know that they need to keep clean. They need to keep their distance. A kid doesn't know any better. You send a kid to school, the kid is going to think school is fine and that everything is safe. And next thing you know, kids going to start catching this. And then let me tell you something. If a kid catches this and a kid dies from this, it's going to look real bad on Trump.
Well, and they've actually had cases so far.
Right, but it hasn't
been because of school.
It hasn't been because of school. It's been because of other stuff that you can't really control.
But see, that's where I say, and it makes me feel like he's trying to make people feel comfortable indirectly.
Right.
Because once people start getting back to doing things that they're normally used to doing, then their guard will be back to being comfort.
Right.
The problem with it is that, like you just said, is that we don't know what the future may hold because we're talking about going back to school right before the winter months.
Right.
In the winter months, it's supposed to be the time where this disease
is going to be
flourishes
at its highest. Yeah.
So Is that part smart? I don't think so. Now, as far as education wise, I do know that you can't keep children out of school for this long period of time.
Yeah, for too long.
We're talking about almost a year of children not being in any type of classroom setting.
Like 3 or 4 summers, basically, bro.
It's
not good, man. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. I haven't been out of school. I've been out of school for a year and... What are we in July right now? I've been out of school for a year and 2 months now. I graduated high school May of 2019. We in July 2020. So I've been out of school a year and 2 months. And let me tell you something right now. One of the hardest things about school for me was that first month coming back from summer break. It's not even just with school. That's just one example, because even now, like when I go to the studio and I don't go to the studio for like a month and then I go back, that first day is always difficult. It's hard to come back from a break and go hard when you come back. That's hard for adults. Imagine for a kid not trying to go back to school. It's summer break. They want summer break to last forever. And right now with the way this is going, they're going to have a long summer break. They're going to have a year break. They're going to have a spring break, a summer break, a fall break, a winter. They're going to have everything. So to try to have kids come back and go full is not necessarily going to turn out too well. So I know kids, because I was the same way. I know we don't do too well with online classes. This is not our thing. We prefer to be in a classroom around other kids, being able to ask questions and stuff like that. Doing everything virtually is just not the same. You get distracted a lot easier. You don't really kind of like when you're home, you're supposed to feel like you're away from school, not be home and still be in school. It doesn't feel right for kids. So I feel like the best way to get kids back into school is to stop focusing on getting them back in schools right now and focus on actually finding some type of vaccine or a way to make people actually safer. Not feel safer, because making somebody feel safer and making them actually safer are not the same thing. Because you can make a kid or an adult or a parent feel as safe as you want, but just because you send them out there feeling safer doesn't mean the danger's any less. The danger could still be just as high. So
exactly,
they need to focus on actually bringing the numbers down before you start sending kids back to school.
Not only that, but if you're talking about let's stick with that. If you're talking about numbers being extremely high now, how can we open school? Where are the hospitals going to put people?
Exactly.
If they're telling us that they're close to capacity now, I don't understand that.
Right now, and you're going to start sending kids in there too, man. So you just can't do it.
Yeah, you guys let us know what you think. If you think school should be open back, I want them to be, but do I think it's smart? No, I do not.
Nah.
So you guys leave a comment. Let us know what you think. You think school should be open back, or should we be on this virtual thing for a while now? They're supposed to be having a vaccine, so I don't know how soon that is. And, that's a whole other conversation about taking it. So, but we'll see. So, me and Cicero will be back with another M&O hot topic.
Many commands cerebral chilling in my membrane. Corday's the only young nigga fucking with my pen game. Together we could probably get more hits than Mets games. That's why every time I snap, I turn it into end game. Aside from a select few, tired of these comparisons. Unless it's Wayne, any Lil is embarrassing.